Well, well, well. Well, well, well. There's actually there's a funny character out there. All right. Well, well, well. Okay, well, I'm back here. All right. So yesterday's stream was checking out the stability of the computer. It seems to be doing pretty well. Um, all right. So now, time to, I guess, actually get down to the real story gameplay, I guess you could say. So today, I'm going to take my power armor here. We're going to go all the way out here to the glowing sea to go talk to Virgil. We got to return to Virgil because well, not last stream, but the previous stream before last, we went through Green Tech Genetics, took down a courser, and then we went all the way over to the Old North Church. And we got the courser chip decoded, so we can get the code. And with that code, we're going to be able to get into the Institute. But we have to go see Virgil first. And then he'll give us the schematics to build the actual molecular relay, I think it's called, so that we can actually teleport into the Institute. All right. So let's get to moving. Okay, so I grabbed about 4 fusion cores just to kind of make sure that I'm good to go. Oh, 1 second here. I need to check something real quick. There's always something I need to be forgetting. I probably forgot something and I'm gonna remember like partway through the whole thing, but I guess let's continue now. So, all right. So I help my brother with his evening routine, so he won't be interrupted by that. The only interruption most likely is going to be me having a break at some point so I can stretch my legs and maybe get a little bit more water. So that's about it though. Yeah. Alrighty. So we're gonna go so here's the fun route. So we're gonna head south all the way till we get to here, to Cutler's Bend. Then we'll cross over and head into the glowing sea. And because it's kind of a nice little, almost like a direct. So yeah, so here's Cutler's Bend. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head south. Oh, where are we at? So we're here. We're gonna head south. We're gonna go past the crash vertebrate, continue south until we go past the swamp hag, and then we'll I'm sorry, not the swamp hag, until we get past Egret Tears, and then we'll take a left and go across the items and then head this direction. We've already dealt with people at Vault 95, so we won't have to worry about them too much. I know there's one enemy I left in that place, so mostly because I couldn't get the door open at the time, and so I just left him there. Oh lordy. Okay. Oh, it's been the last couple of days have been rather exhausting. I'm not gonna lie. The weather, the warm weather has really saps your strength, or really saps your energy. Brings about the exhaustion pretty well. Oh, let me turn off my light so I don't drain my fusion core much faster. I'm fairly certain that's how it works. You have your light on. All right, so peckish from a lack of food. Oh, let me just do something about that. How about that? Now, the best part about wearing power on is that you don't have to deal with the eating food animation or the drinking you don't have to worry about the food animation, the water and drinking water, eating food, or what is the other one? Oh, chems. You don't have to worry about the chem animation either. Man, these got all kinds of. They really wrecked this place, didn't they? Oh, I see. Ooh, got right behind that tree just in time. Oh, no. No. Hey, you're the ones that attacked me. I was minding my own damn business, and y'all came at me. Anyway, let's see. One thing I didn't do was stop by any vendors to pick up additional ammunition. Oh well. Where we're going, there really won't be too much. We've already gone through the glowing sea quite a few times. Or gone into the glowing sea quite a bit. So I don't think there'll be too many enemies there getting in the way or causing us problems. I think we'll be okay. I'm bringing the power armor, not because I need the defense, but because, I mean, it's better defense than just wearing, I mean, you can wear a, what is it called? Wow, I forgot what I was about to say. You can wear a radiation suit, but it doesn't really provide much in the way of defense. Alright, let's see. There's quite a... Wait a second. Did I... Oh, yeah, okay, yep. I took the wrong turn because I'm silly. Oh, here we go. So I checked my email yesterday. It does not appear that the computer I ordered has been canceled, which is good. Kind of silly. Where? Oh, wait a second. Is his remains around here somewhere, or are they all gone? I guess they're all gone. Yeah, when the first time you walk past this location, you might actually activate the sentry bot in here, and it'll come out and try to eat your face, something like that. So watch out for that. Well, not really eat your face, just kind of melt your face. Ooh, duct tape. Ooh, a Braxo cleaner. Yeah, if you walk along these tracks, you'll encounter super mutants, so, you know, watch out for that. Especially the variety of super mutant that likes to, you know, spike the football. Like to spike the nuclear football right on top of you, right on your head. So over here is Egret Tours Marina. This location actually has one of the issues of the Wasteland Survival Guide, if you wanted to collect those. There's also a lady over here who had a particularly sad story. Because of the Institute in the Commonwealth, people are like on edge, right? They think that there's a bit of paranoia. They think that there's like mutants. I'm sorry, not mutants. Synths all over the place. And so they've kind of put themselves in a position to where they're going to be on guard. And the old lady that's at Egret Tours Marina, she had a grandson. And she was on guard. She fell asleep. And he startled her awake on accident. He startled her awake. It was not intentional. It just happened. And she reacted by squeezing the trigger on her weapon. And he, the grandson, just happened to be in the direction of the discharge. And so, unfortunately, this grandson did not survive that. And now she's very, very unhappy and feels that she actually believes that she's a synth, but she can't really bring herself to taking herself out. And she believes that if there's anybody else around, that she'll end up doing the same thing. Like she fears that she has no control over her person, over her agency, because she thinks she's a synth, and that if there's anybody around, she will shoot them, and she doesn't want that. So she's obviously she's pretty traumatized by the whole situation. It's unfortunate, really. There's another gentleman. Get his name. He's over in Salem. He tried to warn the town for quite a long time. Hello? He tried to warn the town for quite a long time that Mirelurks were a threat, were a danger, and the town kind of just didn't listen to his warnings. Didn't heed his warnings. Didn't take him too seriously. What is that? Is that just is that a tree stump? Oh, it is. Okay. All right. It looked like something else. It looked like it was something, just a little bit something else. Oh, there we go. We got fishing rod. We got some stuff here. We got a couple of tents. Ooh, we got ourselves a box. What's in the box? Ah, okay. Nothing really all that amazing. But I can sleep in the tent. That's cool. And we get a cooking station. Brilliant. So there's the guy over in Salem. He tried to warn the town, and then they didn't prepare properly. And then Mirelurks did actually attack the town. And despite his efforts to try to take down as many Mirelurks as possible, he was not really able to save a lot of people. A lot of people died in the attack. And he himself feels really, really bad about it. So there are like small little interesting stories about individual NPCs, about the world that they live in, about their experiences, their past, their traumas. The unfortunate thing is they're just spread out pretty far and few between. It's kind of unfortunate that the only two people that I can really think of, other than the companions, other than your companions or followers you can get in the game, they all have interesting backstories because that's how they were written. I don't remember there being too many other NPCs with interesting backstories. Out there. Like most of the time the NPCs just walk past them, and sure, they might have a little bit of lore to tell you, but not really all that interesting. Not really all that entertaining. I know it's kind of silly to expect to have like every single NPC in the game to have an interesting backstory, to have some sort of trauma, some sort of like life-defining event, some event that defines their character as an individual, occur. I know it's kind of silly to want that or expect that. Oh, crap. Okay. I forgot there's a stupid mutant out here. Oh, goodness. Okay. Whew. Ooh, okay. Alright, so that was me just one-shotting a super mutant behemoth. With my weapon here. Bozar. That's just an... there we go. So, Bozar. Critical shots do double damage and fills critical meter 15% faster. That's a neat weapon right there. Look at that. I got plenty of ammo for it. 121. It's got 403 damage per second. Let's see. What does that say on there? Oh, okay. It's got S and F for safe and fire. Nice. That's a nice little thing there. It's got a scope. Is it a normal scope? Nope, it's night vision. Okay. Cool. You know what? Sure, I'll take it. Why not? I'll take it. That's about it, though. See, what else we got here? Oh, okay. Ale bottle. Ale bottle. Let's see. Anything in here? All right. How about inside the house? Because we are technically in the glowing sea. So I'm kind of curious what nonsense we got out here. I'll definitely take the empty milk bottles. I could definitely use those for later. I can make bottled water out of that. Alright, so I look around here. Let me turn the light on. So we get a Braxo cleaner. I need that for the acid, so I can make more antibiotics later. Adhesive, aluminum. Okay. Is that a plastic? Yeah, that's plastic. Okay. We got some more empty bottles. I need an empty bottle. There we go. And right there is an empty bottle. Come on now. There we go. Alright. So I'm using a controller today instead of mouse and keyboard. Oh, what's inside the box here? Nope, that ain't gonna work. Ouchies. There we go. Come on now. Work with me here. There we are.
Nice.
I hope there's something good in here. I kind of have this expectation that if it's expert, that there's going to be something good inside.
Sweet.
Okay. No, there was stuff inside. It wasn't anything I needed, but it was definitely stuff inside. All right. So I wonder what the story of this location is. Alright, so since it's rainy, and I'm looking around here, I'm not seeing any McNasties. Just those two back there. Okay. So here's the thing, like some of the relay stations, so the relay stations in the game, when you extend the satellite, you'll be able to pick up signals using your Pip-Boy, and those signals will take you to both marked and unmarked locations. And one of the marked locations out here is going to be a couple of plane crash sites. And there's I think there's a quest associated with collecting all of the boxes or black boxes from those crash sites. I don't remember. Let me see here. I don't remember if it's a. I don't remember where to get the quests, to be honest. I want to say there's an NPC associated with it, but I could be very wrong. I'll have to look into that. I don't remember. There are, I want to say there's like 5 aircraft that are 5 air crashes. No, I probably got that number wrong. I'll have to look into that again. I'll have to double check. I don't want to give too much bad information. Or I want to say bad information, incorrect information, inaccurate information. Oh. You really didn't need to do that. Nerd. Attacking me, trying to hurt me. I was just walking around doing my own thing and you just had to attack me. That's not very nice at all. Alrighty. I forgot that those Adam people around here, the children Adam. There's also another group out here called the oh, what are they? They're from the Divide. Oh, they're from the Divide. out of New Vegas. I forget the name, but they're particularly difficult to take down. Yeah. Divide Raider, yeah. So I wonder what caused me to gain experience just then. That was interesting. Ooh, we got one. We got a runner. He's got me a machete with some nuclear material because he's green. Oh, machete. Radium rifles. Yep, that's a problem. Where are you at? Oh, there he is. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, so the world just shook. And when it shakes like that, I expect to be a death claw about ready to tear me a whole new one. And no, that's kind of weird. The world just shook. There was no actual death claw. That's probably happened before as I've gone through here, but I don't remember. It was been a while. All right. Well, I better hurry up and get there and get out before I run out of fusion cores. Because, and here's a silly bit, because you walk very, very, very slowly when you run out of fusion cores. I believe you can still use the power armor. You just don't want to run out of. You just don't want to, drain all your fusion cores. Because you can't run, you can't sprint. You just walk, and you're not getting it. You're not going to be able to get away from anything if you're just walking. All right, here we go. What do we got here? You're big. Okay. What kind of Deathclaw are you? Were you just a bog standard Deathclaw? You went down pretty quick, so I'm thinking you were. Yeah, you're just your standard Deathclaw. Okay. Yeah. You are an albino. You are very dangerous. You are far away, so I'm going to leave you alone. Alright, we got ourselves another crashed airplane out here. Aircraft. We have one. Looks like we have two of them. Oh wait, no, maybe it's just one, and that wing over there is part of this wreck here. But it looks like, it kind of almost looks like there's two of them. Alrighty. This way. There's so many places out here. I'm just gonna crouch occasionally, just so that in case there's an enemy nearby that notices me, I'll be able to respond to them. There shouldn't be really any McNasties in this area. I cleared them a lot most of them when I came through here, so it should be okay. All right, so we're really approaching the cave here. Enclave homing beacon signal lost. Oh no, not that. That's so terrible. Yes. Virgil's lab. Laboratory. Where he does his labors.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines or setting computer terminals free or... Sorry, they just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one who's been busy. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers and send you instead. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering or advanced systems or anything.
I'm sure it'll work.
For the record, I haven't made any promises, but if you can build this device and make use of that code, you should be able to override the signal from the Institute's relay. Can you? I mean, can you build it? You have people that can help. This is a lot for one person, even you.
I've got it covered.
Good, good. Because you've got to make it in there, for both our sakes. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being normal.
Sure.
So you find it. Now go on.
All right, Virgil.
Take these and get to work.
All right, now we get to
You
choose.
do
Who are we
whatever
going to
it
join?
takes. Call on whoever you know to help.
Hello. Welcome back. How you doing? Hopefully you had a pretty decent day. Nothing bad, unfortunate happened. All right, now we get to decide where we're going to be, who we're going to go with. Are we going to go with the Institute? I'm sorry, not the Institute. Well, are we going to go with the Railroad, the Brotherhood, or the Minutemen? Now, here's the thing. Since we've already decoded the courser chip and we got the plans, let's see here. Purified water. Drink that water, eat that food. We essentially can go with anybody. You should do a Brotherhood. Do the Brotherhood. I've done the Brotherhood quite a few times, to be honest. The Brotherhood is good because, you know, vertebrates. But there's one quest I've not done in this game. And the Railroad is a good option, yeah. Because with the Railroad, they can get a hold of a vertibird, and then I can use a vertibird to travel around. And I'll be able to take down Elder Maxon and get their gear. But there is actually a quest. There's a quest I want to do. It's called... oh, I forgot the name of the quest now. Oh, Our Powers Combined. Yeah, the quest is called Our Powers Combined. And how the quest works is, one, oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Lols. I just went out, took a turn, and just started walking. So yeah, the quest is called With Our Powers Combined. And basically, essentially what it is I have to take down the Institute. I have to take down the Institute either using the Brotherhood of Steel or the Minutemen. It won't work with the other factions. It won't work with the Railroad. And the idea is that at some point in the game, I have to become enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel. And I can do that. My understanding, I can do that just by killing a named NPC in the Brotherhood. Oh, man, that took 2 shots. Almost was able to take him down in 1 shot. Kabylians are tough. So what I'm going to do is, oh, there we go. So what happens is I have to become enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I have to take down the Institute using the Brotherhood of Steel or the Minutemen. Now, if I use the Brotherhood of Steel, Elder Maxon becomes invulnerable. Elder Maxon cannot be killed. And so I won't be able to get his cool coat or the Gatling laser, which is one thing I really do want. Oh, and Skullboy, I'm gonna hit you. Can I get you again? Yes, I can. All right, cool. Now the other guy should be popping up right next to me pretty soon because that's how they roll. Oh, okay, there we go. And so, yeah, if I take down the Institute with the Brotherhood, then Elder Maxon becomes invulnerable, and I can't get his sweet coat or his cool weapon. Man, this Predator dude's hard to take out. Damn. I kind of wonder if the mod collection changed the behavior of the Rad Scorpions. Because usually they pop out of the ground right next to you and come at you. Yeah, the Rad Scorpions, the Deathclaw Rad Scorpion is the one variation of the Rad Scorpion that levels with you entirely. It's cool. I like it. I actually like it. I like the albino Rad Scorpions are not as impressive in this game. In Fallout 4 as they are in Fallout 3. Fallout 3, they're absolutely terrifying. But I digress. So what I need to do is I'm gonna take down the Institute using the Minutemen, and then once the Institute is defeated, then I need to become enemies with the Brotherhood of Steel. And I'll do that by killing Captain Kells. Let me think here. And then a new quest will start that I'll get from Preston Garvey called With Our Powers Combined, in which I'll have to go to 5 different settlements and build very big guns. Build some like, what do you call those? What did they call them? Oh, I forget what they called them. Oh, howitzers? I don't know I forgot what they're called. They were really big cannons that you can build. And with those five settlements having those guns there, we'll be able to take down the Pridwin in a couple of shots, which is going to be great. And then, at some point, then the Brotherhood of Steel artillery. Yes, thank you, artillery. Thank you. The artillery guns, and then by taking down the Pridwin, that's when the Brotherhood of Steel is going to get in their vertibirds and come and attack the castle, and we're going to have to defend the castle against the Brotherhood of Steel, just like we're going to have to defend the castle against the Institute. And I do believe Elder Maxon will arrive to will also be on that particular on that attack on the castle, and we should be able to get his weapon, and yeah, we should be able to get his weapon and his sweet ass jacket. Here's the thing: by using the Minutemen to take down the Institute, the Brotherhood of Steel and the Railroad stay alive. Paladin Dance doesn't die, and Deacon doesn't die. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. I've never actually taken down the Brotherhood of Steel using the Minutemen, and that's more or less why I want to do this. So that's why I want to do this particular quest. And because I'm on survival mode, guess what? I have to. There's no second chances. I got to do it properly the first time. I have to do it all correctly and properly, and there's no. Decision is final. No going back. I know there's like 4 possible saves. I think that you can. Is it 3 or 4 saves, auto saves, before the oldest one gets replaced with the newest one? So, in order to make it work, I would have to. Let's see here. In order to I would have to take down Captain Kells, which will make me enemy with the Brotherhood of Steel, and I have to get out of there before then make it back to. But yeah, I have to take down a named NPC in the Brotherhood of Steel, so it had to be Captain Kells, and Captain Kells because he's right there. He's right. You enter into the Pridwin, he's right there. You walk down the stairs, he's right there. So, okay, that's more or less the plan. All right, so now all we got to do is build the molecular relay, which we're going to go back to Sanctuary, talk to Sturgis and Preston Garvey, and we're going to go that way, go that route. In past playthroughs of the game that I've streamed, I have done the Minuteman route, and I kind of enjoy that one. I think that one's kind of the better one, because because the Institute is gone, and all that's left in is just the Brotherhood of Steel and the Railroad and the Minutemen, and none of those main factions are gone. They're not deceased or anything like that. So I think it's a good ending. I think that's the good ending to go with the Minutemen. The unfortunate thing is once you, the sole survivor, disappear from the world, the Minutemen are gonna fall apart. So there's no helping. There's no saving them. It's just how it is. When the previous leaders of the Minutemen. Oh, so is Maxon? Yeah. Yeah, so what is it like? When you attack what's it here? What is it? If you attack if you attack the Brotherhood of Steel with the Railroad, you will encounter Elder Maxon and 2 people in power armor trying to take you down. So that's an opportunity to get Elder Maxon's weapon and his sweet ass coat. Let's see here. With the Institute. Hello? Oh, you're charred. Well, that's scary. Oh, wait. Oh, there's another guy over there. He's a Gangreous feral ghoul. Not Gangreous. So Gangreous or gangrene is a health issue where you're injured and the part of the body that's injured is not getting sufficient oxygen, and so anaerobic bacteria start to take over and start killing off all of the tissue there. And because of the poor because you're not getting enough oxygen to the area through blood, the only way really the best way they treated it is literally just to put you in like a chamber and to like saturate the area with oxygen, which kills off the actual bacteria. So instead of giving you like antibiotics, they'll just kind of won't seal your head in a chamber, but they'll seal your body in a chamber, and then they just put a bunch of oxygen in the chamber where your body is, and it just the oxygen just kills off the bacteria. It's a pretty neat. It makes sense. It makes sense. Of course, that means that you have an open wound. That's not fun, but the open wound is necessary to kill off the bacteria. So it's like you're sitting there with like a gaping wound, and yeah, it's kind of. Oh, the legendary? Oh, I completely let's take that. It might be a little too late now. Let's see. I didn't even see what the legendary was. You know what? Yeah, let's see what the legendary is. I got plenty of juice. I need sleep. I need to find a place to sleep. I'll see what the legendary is. I don't think it's going to be anything I can pretty much use. Like most of the legendary I've been collecting now are not like that amazing for me, to be honest. Oh wait, I walked past it? Wait, did I walk past it? I did, didn't I? I'm blind. I don't know what I'm going. What am I doing? Where am I going? What am I doing? I have no idea. What the heck? Wait. I think I just got amnesia. I don't remember where it is. Where are the enemies at? I don't remember where they are. Huh. Alright, you're there. You're the legendary, yes? Oh yeah, no, that's I got better. I mean, if I was like trying to, if I was doing some kind of, well, if I was doing a speed run, this would be the longest speed run on the planet. Yeah, yeah, no, I'm not gonna collect that. I wasn't even. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, unless there's something really unique comes along, I'm not really gonna. There is one set of armor that I want to get, but it's in Far Harbor. It's the Marine Assault armor, and it's good stuff. I always collect it in every single playthrough. I can wear it inside of power armor. It replaces my combat armor. It's good stuff. There's even there's even different. You can change how it looks, which actually changes its stats. You know, the durability, and even have other things as well. So I'm going to be getting that though. And the only way to get the Marine Assault, well, the only way, I think it's the only way. You have to complete the entire simulation, which honestly is like the worst part of this game. Is the simulation, in my opinion. The worst part of this game is to deal with that simulation in Far Harbor. You have to complete in order to get particular endings. Like you can what was it? I think you only need to complete maybe 3 of the 5 simulations in order to get all possible endings. Outside of that, the simulation. Oh yeah, outside the simulation, there are choices that you can make that will affect the outcome of the game. But when it comes to the actual having options of how you want to end how you want to end Far Harbor, you have to play a certain number of simulations in order to do that. I always go through and just complete the entire simulation just so I can get the Marine Assault armor. There was one playthrough I did years ago. Where I actively chose to shut off the defenses to Far Harbor, to the pier, so that they got wiped out. I detonated the nuke. I detonated the nuclear reactor. Was it a nuclear reactor or just a nuclear weapon in the nucleus, taking them out? And then I led the, was it the Institute or the Brotherhood of Steel? If you join the Institute or you join the Brotherhood of Steel, you can actually lead the Brotherhood of Steel or the Institute to wipe out all the synths of Acadia. So I did that. So I had the options of wiping out all 3 factions, all 3 groups, and I did. Because I wanted to be the evil bad guy in that one particular playthrough. I'm probably won't do that in this playthrough, mostly because it just wouldn't fit the playstyle of the entire thing. It would be, I would think it'd be pretty jarring and upsetting, normally, but, yeah. Let's see. What other silliness? Nuka World. I rarely side with the Raiders. I rarely side with the Raiders in Nuka World. I think I've done that once. I've sided with the Raiders once. I think there's 3 achievements on the Xbox I did not get, and one of them was like the 100,000 Nuka-Cade tickets. I did not get that. I did not establish 8 Raider camps or in the Commonwealth. I didn't do that, and I did not get max happiness at a settlement, mostly because, oh my lord, that is a ridiculously annoying achievement to get. Sure, maybe the mod collection had fixed it so it's easier to make settlers happy, but it was such an obnoxious grind that I gave up. I think I gave up. I think I got like the 99% or something like that. And I just did not get the achievement. It didn't get to 100% happiness. And I was utilizing I was using the drive-in as the location of the actual achievement to try to get the achievement, because you can build so many things. It's so much building space. I got local leader and everything like that. I spent quite a long time on it, and I just honestly just got frustrated and said, nope. Why followed you? His name is Bart. It rhymes with fart, and damn, that makes him mad. Oh lordy. So yeah, we're going to use the Minutemen to take down the Institute. Then we're going to use the Minutemen to take down the Brotherhood of Steel. I did see a video here a while back where Sturgis apparently was able to get a hold of a vertibird. And so I could use the vertibird to fly around the Commonwealth. We don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to have to find that out. I still have a lot of time. I still have like lots of time to get to look into that and get that figured out. Because if part of the attack on the castle from the Brotherhood is the opportunity of getting a hold of a vertibird, then we'll do that. That's going to be great. I'll be able to fly around and everything like that. But oh, I walked right into stuff. I'm very good at that. All right, have you? Let's see here. Yes, I can. All right, cool. Let me harvest this food here. I'm just, don't mind me, just walking into your little village here, your little town, your little settlement, just stealing your shiz, and then I'm just gonna walk out like I own the place. The neat thing about these settlements is if you're not allied with any of the settlements, then the game will not send enemies to attack them. That's the most annoying part about the whole, one of the most annoying parts about the whole settlement system, is once you are allied with a settlement, or you have settlers at a settlement, the game will send enemies to attack the settlement, and that's why you have to build defenses. But the idea is that if you build the defenses, then you're less likely to be attacked. And it's like, well, if my chance of attack is reduced when I build defenses, then why would I build defenses if I want to be in a position to, fight off an attack? Like that, what's what I want to do? What if I want my settlements to be attacked so I can defend them? Like, what if I want that part of my gameplay? What if I want that as part of my immersion? And you're just telling me that if I build defenses, then the chance of them getting attacked decreases? Well, why would I do that? I mean, why would I do that? Now, obviously in survival mode, I don't like defending anything except myself. And so I build defenses. There's a few settlements I have here that I did not build defenses for, so they're going to get attacked. Well, 88 is one of them. Abernathy Farm is one of them. Sanctuary Hills, I created defenses for them. So I think they've only been attacked maybe once or twice. And interestingly enough, I was in the actual settlements when that occurred. So the game hasn't actually asked me to defend Sanctuary. But that's fine. Oh, what am I doing? I should go this way, because I gotta make my way up here to actually build the nonsense. I'm fairly certain that I have. Ooh, you know what? It just occurred to me. It just occurred to me. I'm not certain if I have enough settlements to actually proceed with getting inside the Institute. I guess I'm gonna find out. I don't know what the magic number is, but there might be a minimum number of settlements that I need to be allied with in order to be able to proceed and go into the Institute. I think Preston Garvey will be the one to actually kind of push me down that path. So I guess I'm going to find out. So I'm going to head over here and... Oh, I hear weapons fire. That tells me that silliness is going down. Something silly's happening. Hello? You are a raider. You shouldn't be here, Mr. Raider. Sorry. Right in the booty. In the booty. I shot him in the boot. Hey, I'll take that. And that, and that, and that. So what were you shooting at? That's a good question I was at. Oh, Carla. Hey, Carla, do you have any 308? Have any 308 or some shotgun or some shoddy shells? I'm gonna need those.
Need to pick something up? Road's pretty long from here.
Yes, it is.
Let's see what you've got.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
All right, she's so happy to see me. Yep, we'll take those ones, and we'll take these ones, and we'll look over here. I want to give you a bunch of this. So we need to give you 245 of these. There we go. Trade confirmed. I wish I could do that in Skyrim, or in any of the Elder Scroll games, really. But all right. So Trudy, do you have any 308 and some shotties? I really want
rest
that.
easy knowing that Wolfgang is rotten
Give
in
me
hell.
the shotties.
Thank you. Do you need anything?
Yes, I would like to have your entire stock
Let's see
of
what you
everything.
got. A little bit of everything.
Well, I want a little bit of everything. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Take those as well. And then we'll head over here. And 336. Boom, there we go. All good. All good in the hood. Cool. Alright, well, I did increase my ammo stores a little bit. Not as much as I hoped, but good enough, I suppose. Well, you know what? Let's see. What is my current... Let's see. What is my current situation here? There we go. Okay, so the next one, I believe... let's see. Where are you at here? Let's see. Even more, even more. So, yeah, I think we're going to go with the last 2 remaining points in Scrounger. Fortune Finder, don't really need that too much at the moment. Yeah, we're going to go with the last 2 points in the Scrounger so we can actually get a little bit more ammo when we, what is it? When we use up the last of the weapon. So, yeah, and the funny thing is, it works with fusion cores too. Since if you're using a Gatling laser and you use up your Gatling laser, use up the fusion core, you might actually get you might get an additional fusion core. Now, I say might because it's not a guarantee, and I haven't observed it enough to give it like a definitive yes that you'll get an extra fusion core, which would be amazing because that's just essentially an extra 500 rounds. But of course, when you have all points of nuclear physicist, instead of 500 rounds, it's actually 1,000. But the actual display will only say 500, and then it will swap out. And when you look at the fusion core that you just swapped out, it will say 50% power instead of the fusion core just disappearing. All right. Now, when I do go into the Institute, I won't take my fusion core as well. I won't take my power armor with me because there's gonna be a couple of quests that are gonna need to be done. Oh, excuse me. In order to, and the power armor is just gonna slow me down. That's one of the reasons why I don't like using power armor most of the time, is because it slows me down. Now, normal, like on normal play, like non-survival gameplay, that's not a problem because I can just fast travel. But in survival, man, it slows me down. And it's I become impatient. So we're gonna turn the light off here. We're gonna whip out our weapon, whip out our gun. Gonna turn around just in case raiders spawn. All right, looking good so far. Cool, cool. All right, so we're gonna get that of this little here. And we'll take the fusion course, and nobody can get inside the power armor, just walk off. That's not very fun. I don't like that at all. Store some stuff here. We're going to store the fusion cores. And a lot of the stuff here. Let's just all right, and I think that's all the good stuff right there. Oh, there is the Bozar. Put that away. Smart artillery grenade. That's for the that's for the artillery, and the homing and the homing beacon. Homing beacon. I think that's for the nukes. I think that's for the nukes from the submarine. Oh, you're sleeping in my bed. What the heck? Oh my God, Becky. What the hell? All right, let's head over here and have a sleep in one of these beds then. There we go. Oh, I need a bit of a stretch here. Oh, I've been sitting in one spot for too long.
I'll try to make myself useful. No one wants to see a grown man feeling sorry for himself.
No, well, that's not really the issue. The issue is, I can't really say. All right, all right, so there's the man of the hour, Mr. Preston, Mr. Parsley Gravy.
Hey there.
What do you need, General?
Can you take a look at these schematics? A scientist named Virgil said they could get me into the Institute.
Can you take a look at these schematics? A scientist named Virgil said they could get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
Ooh. Oh, they kidnapped my baby, killed my husband. Ooh.
They kidnapped my baby.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them. We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix.
All right. Sturgis, there he is. So when we're out in the glowing sea, we were talking to Virgil. Virgil mentioned that the classical, the radio station uses harmonic frequencies to transfer the data, and that the carrier wave is the classic music station. Here's this is going to require maybe a little bit of an explanation, so I'm just going to stand over here real quick. All right, so when it comes to broadcasting radio signals, AM, FM doesn't really matter. They have to, the radio station has to create a thing called a carrier wave. The carrier wave is generated when they get a signal generator and they apply a certain amount of voltage to it. A signal generator can be just like a crystal of a certain size and shape and composition, and they're made, they're special made, right? and you apply a certain level of voltage to it, that crystal vibrates at a certain frequency. That frequency is the carrier wave. Then if you want to do voice or music or, sound in general, really, then you'll have to send the audio that you're hearing me speak, and that audio is being transferred through wire into the computer, which then goes to OBS, which then mixes it together and broadcasts it out into the system. Well, it's the same thing at a radio station. It mixes. You have a thing called the mixer. It takes the carrier wave frequency. It takes the frequency of the people talking. It mixes it together and creates what is called a kind of like an envelope, like a letter, but they call it an envelope. What it is the envelope is the carrier. The envelope is the carrier wave, and the actual what you hear coming out of the radio, that's the letter that's in the envelope. And so what happens is that all that together gets broadcast through the air, through AM or FM. The difference between AM and FM is AM is amplitude modulation. It's like a long carrier. It's like a carrier wave. It travels long distances and it's a low frequency. FM is frequency modulation. It travels a short distance, but it's high frequency. And it's what they refer to as line of sight. Like you can have an AM radio station broadcasting, and that radio signal can actually bounce off of objects in clouds and travel along the surface of the planet. With FM, that's direct, that's line of sight, meaning that if something is in the way, if that's something in the way and that something attenuates the signal enough, you won't hear the radio. You won't hear the actual radio. Excuse me. And then what happens, of course, is your radio, your radio antenna picks up the actual carrier frequency. And when you tune the radio to whatever the frequency is of the station you're listening to, it filters out the carrier wave. It basically opens the envelope or causes the envelope to disappear. And all you get is the sound from the actual radio, what you hear. That's what's being broadcast. So the actual carrier frequency is filtered out and you just hear the music or the people talking or whatever. It's a thing from a long time ago. It's something I learned a long time ago. Anyway, enough of me being a nerd. Allow me to be a nerd for a couple minutes and geek out a little bit. Oh, and also, this is a neat little thing. You can actually buy radio. You can buy radio transmitters, and you can actually, they're like little soldering kits. You solder onto a circuit board all these different components, and then you can actually, if you're close enough, you can actually block out or kind of hijack the signal from a radio station in a short range, of course, in a short distance. And you can play your own music. you can play your own music, or you can actually block out radio and phone signals using this transmitter. Don't do that. There was one thing I learned. We built our own little radio transmitter kind of thing, and we can choose a certain radio signal, frequency on the radio, and we can broadcast our own music through that radio, through that particular radio station. Like I said, it's very localized and very small, but there are actual devices that can block out mass communications within an area, even if it's like just a localized area. But don't do that, because the FCC gets very upset when you do that. And there was a guy who spent a couple years in prison because he did that. And simply because this guy was very upset that other drivers were using their phones. So he got one of these devices and activated it, so that when he drove to work, all the other people around him weren't on their phones and actually paying attention to what they were doing. And it was like he was getting back at them. But he did this for quite a long while. And there was an investigation, and it was discovered this guy was the cause of it, and he went to jail for a few years. So I would say don't do that. It's very neat. Yeah. Anyway, Sturgis.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Do you think you can build this?
Wow, what a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Good work, Sturgis.
Well, don't thank me yet. I think I got the gist of it, but it's gonna take some time to work out the details of some of the hairier sections. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
Okay. Well, I know exactly where I need. Uh-oh, what the? Oh, good. It disappeared. I thought maybe for a second there. All right, so I think this would be a good spot for right over here. All right, let's see. So we need to start build. Oh, okay, fine. I'll activate the darn thing. Jeebus. There we go. Activated the thing. All right. So special equipment. So that's the artillery piece. This is what we're going to need to use to take down the actual institute. I'm sorry, the institute. The Brotherhood of Steel. Minuteman command table. That's interesting. That's good stuff right there. Okay, so here we are. Stabilized reflector platform. That's just a... that really doesn't mean anything. It's just a bunch of fancy words thrown together. It's just a bunch of words thrown together. All right, now we need power. Let's see. What can we... Doesn't say how much power I need, but I'm gonna need a couple of generators. I know that. So that produces 10. That produces 3. That produces 100. Now I do have all the materials needed to build it, but I don't have the science. Okay, now I need nuclear material for this one here. Alt-Tet reactor. I need the nuclear material for that. Okay, let me think here. How much eggs? I can make 16 of these. I think that's going to be enough. Okay, let's. You know what we'll do? We'll build one of these. Let's see here. You know what we'll do? Wait, I got to do something real quick. Switches. Is it switches? Yeah, here we are. All right, so here we go. So we'll just put one pile on here. And then over here, oops, we will build a bunch of generators. All right, so I think, well, wait, no, there we go. All right, so what we'll do is we will build, it'll be a series of generators. I think I need about 8, maybe 10. But we'll build one here, and then we'll connect it here, and then. Oh, I cannot. Oh, I can't power it just yet. Wait, let me look here. No, I can't power it just yet. Okay. All right. All right, my guy. We should have all the materials needed for this. Let's see here. Let's see. We'll put the food here. Food. All right. One of the most annoying, honestly, I think the conversation with Father, when you first meet him in the Institute, is really annoying. It takes too long.
Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yes.
Yeah, ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Alright, so I need to build the console, the relay, and the emitter. So, search telecom sites for sensor modules.
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
I don't know if I have a sensor module.
Never fear, man. I will ensure your safety to the best of my ability.
I'm not worried about Ada. I have a feeling that I will die before you do. That's not a problem. Okay. Let's do this, so. Alright, so here's the console. Here's the control console. So we're gonna just, I'm gonna put that right here, I would say. That's a fog filter. No, don't care about that. Okay, here we go. The molecular beam emitter. Okay. We need the relay dish. That's important. And I think that's all the fun stuff right there. Power this. Oh, whoops. Did not mean to do that. All right. So this one is going to need 2 power. That needs 5. So that's 7. This is going to need a 20. Okay. Yeah. So we got 5. So that's a 5 each. So we need 4 for this one. So that's 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, 4, 5, and 6. So you would need 6 of these. Okay, I thought I was gonna need more, like 8 of them. That's okay. It's okay to be wrong. I have no problem being wrong at this. All right, let's see. How's the best way to do this? So we could just do it like this. Three, 4, 5. All right. So what we can do now is you can actually connect all these. You can connect these together like this. So those are all connected together, which just connects to this one. And this will connect to this one, and then we'll connect that to this one, and then we'll connect this to this one. Yep, it's all powered up now. Good, good, good. There's a water problem here, so I'm gonna go fix that real quick. So what exactly is the water problem? Okay, it looks like this needs to be repaired. And this also looks like it. Nope. This needs to be repaired. Okay, water is now solved. Good, good, good. Water is solved. All right, brilliant. Okay, I guess I fulfilled all the previous conditions, so I don't really need to worry about running around getting things for everybody else. All right, cool. Okay. Oh, I better save. I just remembered that. Let me have a quick save here. Or let me do a quick save here.
Yeah?
Oh, and we're green.
I should have done more.
All right, so here we go. All right, we're about to head into the Institute. I mean, not shoot, Sturgis. I mean, intrusive thoughts, yes, but let's not let the intrusive thoughts win. How about we don't do that?
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Yep.
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Let's get silly. All right, I cannot move. I'll then
Okay.
turn the camera.
Hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. By the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to.
Right.
Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. Yeah, don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Hold on to your butts. Hold on to your butts is a reference to the Jurassic Park, where Sam Jackson's character goes to turn everything off and then switch it back on so that it works. Anyway, here we go. All right, so what we need to do now is just put the actual let's load the holotape, which is the I got a lot of holotapes. Where did I miss it? I missed it. Oh, there we go. Network scanner. All right. Initiate. All right. There we go. Now we just wait for it till it's done, and then we can eject. Then we can actually take the holotape, I think. Eject holotape. There we go. All right. Cool. So throughout the entire game, they've always said that no one knows where the Institute is, and no one knows how to get in or out. Here we go.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
So yeah, they always complain about there's nowhere in, nobody knows anything about the Institute or how to get in and out. That network scanner actually uncovers a hidden, like a hidden.
I can only imagine what you've heard.
Oh, damn! He keeps interrupting me.
What you think of us?
Damn you!
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
This place has a lot of elevators and weird locations. What the heck? Excuse me. All right, so this supposedly is Sean.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean. I've been looking for you for so long.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, honey? What do you want me to
I
do?
don't know you. Go away! Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! She's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
God. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod, and went searching for the sun, you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. It wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course, but it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
So this is the part of the whole communication thing that annoys the hell out of me.
So, you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. What else can I say to ease your mind?
All right, yeah.
I think I've heard enough for now.
Very well. The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Things are pretty terrible up there.
I've seen it myself. I know. That is why we are so committed to creating a better life for ourselves here. And it's a life that you can now be part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them. And then we'll discuss what comes next.
All right, so there we go. So we have to meet all of the different the heads of each area, and then we'll get access to what's that thing called? We'll get access to the molecular relay. We'll be given our little Pip-Boy will be given like a chip that will allow us to teleport around. There's limitations to it though. We'll only be able to teleport to the Institute. We can teleport to the Institute from anywhere in the Commonwealth. But we can't. We can only teleport out of the Institute to the surface above the Institute.
Just need to
Nowhere
tighten
else.
up this primary drive.
Let's see here.
That's the third
Here's one
primary
right
drive
there. All right.
breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
Huh, I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Excuse me, Doctor.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm just looking around.
I see. Well, please do mind what you touch. Sensitive equipment here, not like topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
All right, so that's one person down. So the survivors of the bombs have been working and reproducing down here for quote-unquote generations. I wonder what that means. Biosciences. You know what? I'm gonna need to step away for a few minutes just to stretch my legs and get some water and have a bit of a break. So that I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have me a quick break, a few minutes, and then I shall return. Let's yep, I'll be right back. And let me put the music up a little bit here so it's a little easier to hear. All right, I shall return. Okay. Here we are. Back from the gray. Alright, cool. Alright, so we're not going to have too deep a conversation with these folks. We're just going to get ourselves the ability to teleport around.
So I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. And those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well, I suppose you're right.
Alright, these two gentlemen. Alright, let's talk to them.
Hey, Doc.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning more about it.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure. Right now I'm just trying to keep an open mind.
It's a big decision, I know. But it's also a rare and important opportunity. No need to rush to judgment. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
I'm good for now. Thanks.
Take care, then.
Alright, so what's next? Let's see here. I'm fairly certain that this door... Oh, wait a second. Which door is it? Is it this one? Let me think 1 second here. It's been a minute, I'm fairly certain. Dual Zoological Initiative Phase 2. Wait a second. Oh, it just occurred to me. The mod collection may have added additional space to the Institute. So there's a chance. Can I close? Nope, cannot. Okay, how about this one here? Alright, so we need to get into the we need to get the little serum for Virgil. So let's do that real quick here. So, oh, look at this. Look at all this good stuff right here.
That's it.
So up in here might just be a few things. Stimpack Mentat. Just a few things. Quite a bit of pretty good stuff. Anyway. Wait a minute, nuclear material? Oh, interesting. Well, anyway, let's, there's going to be, turrets, I want to say. Here we go, FEV lab. That's where we need to be. FEV stands for Forced Evolutionary Virus. It was developed by folks. It was like a what was it? Oh, you know what? It's been a while. I don't remember the exact lore behind it. I don't remember if it was pre-war or post-war. But the one of the officers of the Enclave discovered what they were doing, did not like it. Yeah, they did not like it, and pretty much executed the scientists that were doing it, that were utilizing it. And those defectors, I guess you could say, went off to become the Brotherhood of Steel. Alright, here we go. Things are getting dangerous around here. So, there should be, I think there's going to be a couple synths as well. Uh-oh. Okay, I guess I was wrong. Okay, I was actually expecting a Dominator, to be honest. I was expecting an Assaultron Dominator. I was not expecting an Infiltrator. The Dominators are the more dangerous one because you can't target them with VATS, and this place is really cleaned up. Holy crap, they really cleaned up this place. Yeah, usually this place is decimated because there was like an accident. Oh. Are there any beds in these? I don't think there are any beds in these places. No, these are just little playrooms. Or rooms with toys in it, I should say. Alright, so the next door... Okay, this is the door, right. Alright, here we go. Call. Oh, okay, so... Alright, so food. Some code. Size. Oh, okay, I see it. So there's code and there's call. Some food. Size.
Got it.
There we go. Alright, this place is a little bit on the red. Alright, here we go. Oh, wild. Okay, so the mod collection changed things quite substantially. But here's the fun bit. When you walk in here, in vanilla, there will be super mutants floating in these big cylinders here. And where is the... Oh, here we are. Experimental serum. There we go. FAV research notes and everything like that. So the Institute is actually responsible for the super mutants in the Commonwealth. Excuse me. I think in the first Fallout game there was an entity called the Master. There was just a guy who believed that he could actually create like a perfect form of human, kind of like how the Institute is doing here, or redefining humanity or whatever like that. And he ended up creating the super mutants, and the super mutants came in a couple of generations. The first gen super mutants retained their intelligence, but they became big brutes. Violent, but they still retain their intelligence, so they they could still hold like actual conversations and, you know, not be a problem. They were controllable more or less. And then the second gen came along and they were more stupid. I guess that's the way of saying it. Their intelligence was vastly reduced, and at some point, some of them got a hold of some stealth boys, and became Nightkin, which is a very different form of super mutant. And then, of course, there's the behemoths, and it's all because of the FEV. In '76, there were super mutants because I think West Tech was experimenting with FEV, and that's why there were super mutants in Fallout 76. In the Capital Wasteland, I don't really remember how super mutants came to be in the Capital Wasteland. I think maybe they just spread out across the country to try to find more green stuff so they can turn more people into super mutants. But I don't remember. I don't remember how it came to be, though. Anyway, now I'm just sprouting lore. Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. I just got hit with the yawns. My name is Yanni. I'm starting to yawn over here. I think that's I think that's telling me that I should go to bed soon. All right, let's see. Oh. Let's try this again.
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Okay, that's what that sound is. Okay, I just want to make sure. Sometimes there are audio bugs, and fixing them is an issue. Sometimes can be a problem. All right, Madison Lee. Dr. Madison Lee she's actually from Fallout 3.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What is it you're working on?
Advanced systems, special projects. You've seen the boy, Synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
That's some really advanced technology. Are you sure it will work with my Pip-Boy?
You're just going to have to trust me. The relay is the only access to the surface that we possess. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
The molecular relay is rather impressive. I'm guessing it's based on quantum teleportation?
Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. But yes, quantum teleportation was the basis for our technology.
All right, there we go. All right, so if you came here, if you used the Brotherhood of Steel to get into the Institute, then you would tell her that the Brotherhood of Steel wants her back, and that you'd have to convince her. In order to do that, you'll have to complete a quest for her, which involves you finding out what happened to Brian Virgil, which is the super mutant in the FEV lab, or the super mutant that's out in the wasteland. Sorry, in the glowing sea. You'll be able to uncover that Father lied and hid things, and then she will agree to go back to the Brotherhood of Steel simply because you found out that she finds out that the Institute lied to her, which is kind of interesting. And then she'll help get Liberty Prime up and running again, and etc. Now, if you were brought in here with the railroad, you'll be asked to meet with an insider, whose name I do not remember, and you'll have to do a series of quests for him and the railroad in order to
that I intend to speak to Father
get everything set up and ready to go. So when the Institute is taken down, they can get out as many synths as possible.
It's totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Ransacking his quarters. That ain't cool.
I hope I'll prove a useful test subject for you, Doctor.
Scanning. Subject identified.
What?
SRB, or Synth Retention Bureau. I wonder if it's gonna. I wonder if they should mention it. Let's find out.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
AO?
Courses on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Doctor?
So, here you are. Justin AO, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I like this agility +6. I like this one.
It wasn't that hard. All I had to do was avoid getting shot until I could land a hit and take it out.
Yes, well, I'll be taking steps to make sure this never happens again. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics
You're right.
to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
If you're the acting head of the SRB, who are you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
All right. I don't remember the time frame. I really don't. I do not know. I'm fairly certain the events of Fallout 4 take place 10 years after the events of Fallout 3, I want to say. 2277. I think it's 2287. Right? It's about 10 years. Oh, no, wait, no. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's about 10 years. Right here, it's been well, it's 2288 now, but so Zimmerman went down to the Capital Wasteland in Fallout 3 to retrieve a synthetic human, an android. He called it an android. And one of the, one of the outcomes for that. Let's see here. What do I do? Here we go. Talk to Paul. One of the outcomes for that is Zimmerman gets killed. Now, I don't know if that's considered canon, like that just happens or not, but since he's not back from the Capital Wasteland, there's a chance he's dead already. So
is Dr. AO mistaken?
Yes.
no. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Where is it at?
What is it? Were
Here.
you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was, but I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect?
Oh, jeez. Where is this, man? This guy's everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
I wish you could have known Father as we have.
All right.
Sean?
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
Let's see here.
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we
My hands are starting to hurt.
None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefine. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
Which one should I want them?
What do you mean by proper supervision?
I mean that while they are here in the Institute, fulfilling the purpose for which they were designed, our synths perform admirably. As you're about to see, however, they can become unpredictable when set loose. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
All right, there we go. All right, so I don't have a place to sleep yet. That's gonna be after we help. Is it X86? X86? I forget his name, but yeah. Okay, so what we can do, we can actually fast travel now. Technically, it's fast travel. We can only fast travel from the CIT, the Institute, to the ruins. We can't really fast travel anywhere else, I don't think. Although, let's find out here. I'm going to try to fast travel to Sanctuary. I don't think it's going to work, though. I cannot fast travel to the place. Okay, yeah. No, well, let me do it. All right. I was kind of hoping that the mod collection altered it so I could. But I can fast travel to the CIT ruins, and this is the only location that you can fast travel to from the Institute. But if you're at any other part in the world, you can fast travel from somewhere out in the Commonwealth back to the Institute. It doesn't matter the distance, or it doesn't matter where. I don't think it works. I do not think it works in Far Harbor or in New Girl, but I've not actually tried, to be honest. Let's do it. Yay, the very first time I can fast travel in the entire game. Brilliant. Oh, I am feeling tired. Oh, excuse me. Damn. Sorry about that. All right, there we go. All right. So, what places? There's Hangman's Alley over there, but I'm gonna head north to you know what? No, we're gonna have a sleep at Hangman's Alley. Just to save. And then we'll head north to Sanctuary and talk to Sturgis so we can hand him off this holotape to him. So the holotape scanned the entire network. And not only that did it scan the network, but it also scanned it picked up information about the actual layout of the Institute, and that has allowed them to discover that there are tunnels in the Institute that nobody knows about. that'll help you get into the Institute from those tunnels. They're actually like a sewer drain kind of thing. They don't exist until you're on a particular part of a quest, but they're supposedly there. And so everybody not knowing you can go in and out of the Institute. Excuse me. Ah, my nose itches. Excuse me. All right, let's get this sleep going. Of course I'm tired from lack of sleep. Both IRL and in game. Oh, darn. Tomorrow should not be as warm. The weather, it's going to be, instead of being in the damn near 90 degrees, it's going to be closer to 80. It's still going to be warm, but it's not as hot as it was today. The heat is really getting to me. Makes me want to sleep. Okay. So there's a little bit of an implication when it comes to... so the railroad is the one that's helping the synths escape. And then the railroad's the one that's erasing their memories and giving them like new identities. And this synth, Gabriel, he went off and became a raider, leader of a raider gang, which do what raider gangs do best. You know, kill people, extort people for resources and money and chems and etc. etc. And so the Institute, I'm sorry, the railroad kind of fell a little bit short. They kind of did an oopsie. I'm not sure if they control personality. I'm not sure if the Institute, I'm sorry, not the Institute, the railroad are able to determine the kind of personalities that synths will have. But it's a bit unfortunate. All right, who's over here on the bridge? Is there anybody on the bridge? Usually it's raiders. Get over here. We have a. Okay, it looks like we have. Oh well, then never mind. You guys are screwed. Yeah, here we go. Take him down. Yeah, the flamer is the most dangerous weapon for me, is the most dangerous weapon against me in the entire game right now. You know, other than like a missile launcher or a mini nuke, because flamers can, they do a lot of damage very quickly. Also, I believe it's in Far Harbor, in Acadia. I forget his name. The trader there, he has a legendary version. He has a flamer with the legendary effect Kneecapper, which cripples your limbs. I don't think there is a legendary effect that causes stagger. I mean, there is a stagger effect in Skyrim, but I'm not too sure about in this game. There might be. It's been a while. I don't really remember one. But imagine having like a flamer that has a stagger effect. So you can't escape it, you can't run away, you can't move, and it just melts you very quickly. That's what flamers. They're very dangerous. And there's actually a video, I believe, of someone using the flamer with the kneecapper effect to basically cripple a behemoth so it can't even fight back, and then just kind of cooks the behemoth until it drops dead. Kind of wild. All right, so we're gonna go talk to Sturgis, give him this little holotape so he can do his thing. Next stream should be tomorrow. I should be able to stream tomorrow, unless for some reason I'm really exhausted. Then I won't. I mean, that's more or less kind of one of the reasons why I don't stream. I try not to stream every day. I'm gonna give it a shot though, but I try not to because it's kind of exhausting. I need to get proper sleep and food and all that other stuff, and streaming actually disrupts your sleep schedule. I don't know what it is, but you can, if you listen or if you watch any other streamers, you'll see that it messes up their sleep schedule, and it's really hard to fix. I don't know what it is. Might have something to do with the oh, excuse me. Might have something to do with your how the light of the monitors affects your brain, affects your sleeping ability, or ability to sleep. Kind of like how your phone screen might affect your ability to sleep. That's apparently a documented thing. But anyway, so tomorrow night we're gonna head out to Libertalia. That's all the way across the map near Nahant. We're gonna meet up with X682 or whatever his name is. I can't remember the name of the synth designator. He's a courser. And we're gonna proceed from there. Let's think here. I wonder honestly, I kind of wonder what's gonna happen if I go to the Brotherhood of Steel right now. I might have to do that to see what happens. I'm fairly certain to be like, hey, because they want us to return. They want us to go to Paladin Dance wants us to return so we can go back to the Pridwin. When we get to the Pridwin, we're gonna be given our own suit of power armor, which is nice. We'll have to walk around, talk to the people, and then there's like a quest they're gonna want us to take us on. But I'm not going to do that quest. There's one quest where I walk around and talk to everybody, just like how there is with the Institute. The Railroad had one as well. The only group that didn't have a quest that had you go around and talk to people was the Minutemen. But yeah, that's fine. So yeah, next stream we'll go and deal with the raiders at Libertalia. There's actually a unique shotgun there. I think it's called Le Fus Terrible or something like that. It's like supposed to be like terrible shotgun or something like that. But yeah. All right, where are you at? He's all the way over here. Of course he is. How about I follow the marker on the actual thing? I can definitely feel my my throat. Yeah, it's time to rest my throat. Yeah. All right, my man, I got you your thing.
Here's that holotape you gave me, full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
What do you hope to find?
Whatever the Institute doesn't want anybody to know. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Wait, there we go. All right, leveled up. Brilliant. All right, yep, definitely bedtime. Let's see. Is there... Yes, there is a bed available. Brilliant. Okay. Oh, stretch.
Some days are harder than others. But even the hard days get easier than the ones.
All right. This way. All right. And the funny thing is, we never have to activate this thing ever again. And as you can see, it's been fried. It's been cooked all to hell. Look at that. The only thing that's intact is really the pylon. But anyway. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call the stream here so I can go to bed and hopefully get a decent amount of sleep so I can get up and not be too terribly tired. Alrighty. So yeah, like I mentioned, like I said, tomorrow night we'll head over to Libertalia. We'll deal with the raiders there. Then I'm going to swing over to the Brotherhood of Steel, see what happens when I show up there. Actually, I have to go talk to Paladin Dance and then get to the Pridwin and then go through the whole process and see what it's like. They're probably going to want me to do something, but I have to go through all the introductory quests first before I can really proceed any further. There's things that need to be done before we can even proceed. Let's see. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to remember what happens after we take down the raiders at Libertalia. I don't really remember. I guess I'll find out tomorrow, won't I? Anyway. So with that being said, I would like to say thank you for watching. I love your faces, and I will see you next stream. Good night.